Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is Rev Trev. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be diving in to talking about 4 different Canadian prospects, draft possibilities upcoming for the NHL draft, coming just around the corner here. So, who are the Canucks going to select at 11? Now, the more I think about the draft, and you saw my last video talking about we've turned from Team Sweden to basically Team North America, and a lot of people think that we're going to be selecting someone that is from Team Sweden because, Patrick Alvin's from there, our head scout is from Sweden, so we kind of lean that way. But the fact is we have more Team USA players or USA-born players than anyone other on the whole team. The next highest is the Canadians. And so, as you know, I'm a good old Canadian boy, BC boy. Love making videos on the Canucks here. I would love to see us draft a Canadian kid, but there are so many talented players, and at the end of the day, we don't care about nationality. We care about winning cups, but, we got to win our first to get it. But anyways, long story to say, but we do love our Canadian kids, and so listen, I don't know. I'm not in that camp anymore that we have to draft a D. Now, I appreciate that some of you think that we must. It's like draft a D or bust. I'm in the best available player selecting camp, okay? Like, I want players that are going to have a career here, not just a few moments. And a lot of these young men that we're drafting aren't going to play for us this season. So you need to understand that. So who's going to have the best career? That's who I want to pick. I don't care if it's a forward, a center, a defenseman. Just let's make our team better, okay? So I want to talk about 4 Canadian boys, and we're going to be talking about Zach Benson, Cody Barlow, Matthew Wood, and Nate Danielson, okay? Now, some of you are like going, how come some of these guys we're talking about? Because you'll see in just a second. So let's start off with Zach Benson, okay? So Zach is a left winger, actually a left or right winger from Langley, BC, born in Langley, played in Chilliwack, so BC boy here, 5'10", 159 pounds, and you're like, okay, Trev, seriously, like, why are we talking about this guy? He's too small. Have you watched a highlight package of him yet? Have you seen anything? After watching a couple of my videos, I encourage you to just go to Zach Benson highlights. You are going to be amazed at his speed, at his scoring, at his hockey IQ. You're going to love this guy. So, and everyone loves this guy. So he played for the Winnipeg Ice. Okay, let's look at these stats, okay? So Winnipeg Ice, he played 58 games, he had 25 goals and 63 points. Look at the progression the next year with the Winnipeg Ice. 60 games, 36 goals, 98 points. For Canada, U18 A division, okay? Helenka Gretzky Cup, he had 5 games, 2 goals, 7 points. Everyone, listen to me. Everyone, all the rankings experts, all those different people have him ranked from 5th to 9th, okay? With the exception of Craig Button, who has him at 14th. And that's why we're talking about him. Because if Craig is right and he drops, Vancouver needs to pick him at 11th. I don't care what defenseman is available at 11. Well, maybe Rainbacker. I don't know. Think about this. Well, yeah, probably that would be exception, but listen, Benson is a stud, going to be a stud. Every time I think about Benson, I think about Thurin Fleury. I think about Theo Fleury. I think about maybe a Marty St. Louis. Like, this is what we're talking about here. He's got skills here. So, now let's talk about Colby Barlow, okay? He's from Ontario. He's 6'1", 187 pounds. That's more like it, right, for size. For the Owen Sound attack, he played 59 games. Look at this progression. 30 goals, 47 points. So when I look at them, I'm like, Did the guy ever pass the puck? I mean, you only had 17 assists. That's insane. So the next year on Owen Sound Attack, he again played 59 games. He had 46 goals this time and 79 points. So this is like, he's a shoot first kid. He's got to learn how to pass puck. He did more in the second year, which is awesome. And then the Canada U18 A team games, he had 6, and then he had 3 goals and then 4 points. Now look at what Elite Prospect says about Barlow. This is awesome. Barlow can take a puck just about anywhere in his wheelhouse and send it right back on goal with 1 and 2 touch shots, one-timers, a form-perfect wrist shot with an unlocked arm, a top arm, generating a whole lot of downforce. Can I just say, this sounds amazing right now. He can get those shots off from either leg too. It's pretty special to watch. His sense of anticipation is clear strength, informed by constant scanning away from the puck, and he always times his arrivals into space perfectly to make himself available as a passing option for his line mates. I mean, wow. That's awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about Matthew Wood. Now, if you have not watched my Matthew Wood video, please go watch it because it's got way more information than I'm going to give today, and it's got some really cool stories because I actually know this young man, and as a family, we're cheering him on. We hope Vancouver drafts him, but wherever he goes, we'll follow him, cheer him on. So you want to hear the stories. So Matthew Wood is from Nanaimo, BC, born in Lethbridge, Alberta, right? 6'4", 190. This guy he's going to keep growing, in my opinion. Now, most places say that he's a left winger, but Elite Prospects has him down as a center, and if that's the case, I think Vancouver needs to realistically think about like taking him. Okay. Now, look, when he played for in the BCHL for the Victoria Grizzlies, I believe he led the league in scoring as a rookie. 46 games, 45 goals, 85 points. I mean, he was up there. Even if he wasn't first, he was up there as one of the best players in the BCHL. Then he last year went to UConn, so he goes to the NCAA, and he lights it up there. In fact, as a rookie there, his coach couldn't believe, if you read some of his stuff, like he was like, I thought he was going to be good. I didn't think he was going to be this good. In 35 games, 11 goals, 34 points, almost a point a player game in college. And then for the World Juniors, he had 7 games, 7 goals and 13 points. And I want to just stop there for a moment for to remind you here. He was, for 13 points, he was tied for 6 with Dvorsky. And Dvorsky, I think, is going to go in the top 10. So this is why we need to think about Matthew Wood seriously. And Craig Button actually has him going at number 6 to Arizona. Like, he's starting to get a lot of hype. And so that's why another reason why I want to go there with possibly Vancouver taking him if he's there. He's most likely he's going to be there at 11. So I'm really excited that. Okay, the last one is this. Nate Danielson, okay? He's from Red Deer, Alberta, 6'1", 187 pounds, and he's a center. Now, this guy, interesting because we are now hearing rumors that Vancouver is very interested in Nate Danielson, and that's who. So there are some rumors coming out saying that's who we're targeting, and I'm like, wow, like I did not see this coming. So I want to do a little bit more of a dive into him. So he's in the WHL, plays for the Brandon Wheat Kings. The 1 year he played 53 games, 23 goals, 57 points. So not bad, right? The next year, which was last year, 68 games, 33 goals, 78 points. And this is what Elite Prospects has to say about him. So Danielson was a creator of rush offense, building speed beneath the puck, charging through the neutral zone with possession, carving the ice up with powerful, agile crossovers, and turning the corner on opposing defensemen. Man, what a description right there. Equal parts natural speed as a skater and handling skill made that a relatively effective signature move for the Wheat King center. So, man, I don't know. I hadn't thought about Nate Danielson seriously or realistically. I mean, him and Matthew Wood, I mean, they're big boys. You know what I mean? And at this age, they're probably going to grow. So, if you've been watching a lot of my videos, you've been seeing the last couple of weeks that I really like Dvorsky. I'd love Vancouver to draft him, but I don't think he's going to make it to 11. So, and I know that the consensus for defense or for defensemen in Vancouver, especially if we get a right-handed defenseman, I'm not huge on Shimasev because he's not a scorer and he's left-handed, but I would be okay with a center. But if these wingers are available at 11, I think it'd be insane if passing up on Benson. And I think you really need to take a look at Barlow and Wood. And now Nate Danielson's interesting. I think he's still number 4 on my list. I probably have Matthew Wood maybe as my 2 on these 4. So it'd go Benson, Wood, Barlow, and Danielson. And so, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? If we're gonna draft a Canadian guy, not named Bedard, not named Fantelli, who would you want to draft out of these 4 guys? Please post in the comments. Thanks so much for commenting, watching. I really appreciate all the feedback I've been getting, and make sure you watch those other videos, especially the Matthew Wood video. You're gonna love it. Okay. Of course, always before I go Canucks, go.